What's up, cooks? It's time. We previously did a test and review of the KitchenAid Professional HD, and now we're going to do the Professional 5 Plus. This is an interesting mixer because the bowl is shaped similar to the Pro 600, and we'll see if it has the Pro 600 look and feel. So join me as we do a product test and review of the KitchenAid Professional 5 Plus. So we're going to judge this mixer on the categories that we've judged all our other stand mixers on. We're going to be looking at the overall look and feel. That's sort of the fit, the finish, how it feels for the cook to use this machine. We're also going to be looking at the whisk attachment. We're going to be whipping some cream. We're going to be looking at the paddle to do some cookies. And we're going to look at the dough hook and make some pizza dough. So the overall look and feel. This is, once again, like the Professional HD, it has a classic KitchenAid bowl lift design on it. It is that KitchenAid trophy that everybody wants on their counter, right? I really like this size because it's not quite as huge as like a Pro 600 or a 7, but it's still, I'm not sure if it'll fit under your cabinet. You'll need to take the measurements to see if that's the case. But I mean, I really think the 5 quart is a great size for, a medium-sized kitchen, someone that wants to move up from your classic tilt head to a bowl lift. And that's what this is. What's neat about this mixer, it's 525 watts and it's 5 quarts, obviously. It comes with coated beaters. So we have our paddle, and this is dishwasher safe. We have our dough hook. This is a classic dough hook, and this is the type that I like because it's spiral. And we have our whisk. This can't go in the dishwasher because this here is burnished, and you will get all that powdery coat. So make sure you wash this immediately and dry it immediately. One thing that this mixer has that's different from a lot of the other 5 quarts is it has a bowl that's shaped like the Pro 600. So it's wider, it's not so long and narrow. And maybe this will help us get in here to get to our ingredients a little better. I'm doing this backwards. We'll put our paddle on here. Let me plug it in real quick. And let's see how this baby sounds. It does have that Pro 600 metal sound to it. I kind of like the sound of it though. It's not like quite as quiet as my old Pro 5, but it sounds more like a Pro 600, but not quite as loud. So I think it is a classic KitchenAid feel. If that's how you want, you really want a KitchenAid in your kitchen. You know, it has that look to it. It has your hub here for all the standard KitchenAid attachments. I give it an A. So first we're going to test out the whisk to make some whipped cream. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here. We chilled the bowl and the whisk. It's nice and chilled. We're going to put some heavy whipping cream up in here. Yay! So let's rock and roll. Kind of splattering. Okay, it looks like we're at soft bake. So I got some powdered sugar here and a little bit of vanilla, pure vanilla. And it looks like we're there. We got some whipped cream.
So that was about a minute in your first episode and 13 seconds in the second episode there.
It was pretty good. It splattered a little bit, and I think it's because the bowl is wide.
Yeah, it's reaching a lot better than the other.
It seemed to reach a little better. It did splatter a little bit more.
Come on. I opened extra wide. You couldn't hit that mouth though. Okay.
Here's a beater for you.
My face did, because my mouth didn't get any. My mouth says, yeah, that is pretty air whipped up. So yeah, I give it an A.
Yeah, it gets an A.
I gotta clean my nose out.
Okay, now time for some cookies. So we're gonna put our paddle on here. I've got some butter in here. I'm making some peanut butter cookies. Yeah, right. Woo! We got some softened butter. We're gonna put in some white sugar. We're gonna put in some brown sugar. Let me back that off a little bit. We need a nice cream going on here. Not too bad so far on the scraping. It's actually doing a pretty good job with that. Do a little scraping. How about we put in some peanut butter? What do you think about that, Boo?
Oh, if you must.
Peanut butter is Eric's favorite, I think.
All I can say is you better not make it die in vain. Don't burn the cookies, boo-boo.
Looks like it's bound up a little bit right here. Put in some eggs. Give it a little scraperoo. I keep thinking in my mind, I'm comparing this to that HD. So in here I got some flour, some baking soda, some baking powder, and some salt. Give her a little stir action. Yeah. Yeah. You hear that, Boo? That's a yeah.
I hear he's doing a little bit of work over there.
That's a yeah. That's what we say, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. Let me get off of here. Here. Okay. To me, this dough looks really nice. I think it did a better job than the Pro HD. I think that it was easier to get things in the bowl with this wider bowl than it was in that other mixer. I do think that it flings it a little bit more than the other one, but I think it did slightly better job with it not needing to scrape as much. I had to scrape a little bit, but not as much. I think it did a great job. I like it. I give it an A. Okay, so I have the dough hook here on the mixer. So we're on to our third challenge, and that is making some bread dough. So we're making 2 loaves of bread in this mixer. So we got some water in here. And I'm gonna put our yeast. I'm using Salve, the Salve instant yeast. I have this habit of saying the in front of everything because I'm from California. And with the sap, we don't have to wait to let it proof, so we're just going for it. I got some, I got some butter in there. That was a blooper.
Well, it attacked you, boo-boo.
I guess.
It did. It jumped out at you.
And we're ready to go. So I'm gonna put like half the flour in, then I'll put the salt. So I have like 6.5 cups of flour here. So let's rock and roll, right? I have it on the stir speed, which is basically 1. Just a little, it's talking to me a little bit. Let's get our salt in. It's starting to come together. And making bread is an art as well as a science. So you don't always know exactly the amount of flour you're going to need. You have to put it in here and you have to judge based on the hydration of the dough and what you're looking for. It's a little wet still. Yeah. It's really sticky still. Whoops. Let me put a little bit more flour in here. We're gonna let this go maybe about 6 or 7 minutes, and we'll see what we get. Okay, I've had this kneading for what, maybe 8 minutes. It is slightly warm to the touch. Let me grab a board and let me get this dough out of here. Okay, cooks, let's see what we have here. We got some dough. It's a little slightly sticky. It doesn't want to come out there. Don't have any oil. Sometimes you oil it if you don't want to add too much extra flour. It's a nice dough. I think I did have a little bit of trouble with it coming together. I think the dough hook is a little too narrow for the bowl. I don't know if that's, seems like that might be the reason, but it did a fairly decent job. We let it run for a good 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and it was slightly warm. We got a little stretch going on. Stretch Armstrong. That's your gluten going on, right? We got 2 loaves here, and this is good because I'm out of bread. I will say that this mixer, if you want to be an occasional bread maker, it'll do a decent job. Do I say it's a bread making powerhouse? No. I think if you really want to get into bread making, there's a lot of other options out there. At a minimum, the Pro 600, the Pro Line 7, the 8 quart, the Kenwood 7 quart, the Bosch, the Ank, all those definitely are more of a bread making powerhouse than this one is. I did try to make a single loaf in this mixer and I had trouble. It just couldn't scoop it up. It was sticking to the bottom too much, and I really thought the one loaf was too small. It was like a 3.5 cup recipe, where this one is more like a 6.5. It did a lot better with 2 loaves than a single loaf. So if you want to make a single loaf, this mixer I didn't think was great for that. It did a good job on the 2 loaves. It didn't wow me on the bread. Yeah, I think that, but it did get the job done. But if you're trying to look for a bread making powerhouse, this is not it. But it did a decent job. I think overall on the bread, I'm going to give it a B. So my final thoughts about this mixer. The overall look and feel, I gave it an A. It's got a classic KitchenAid look. If you're looking for a KitchenAid, you got it in this mixer. I really like this blue color, but it did come in several other colors that you can match to your kitchen or to other KitchenAid appliances. The whisk on the whipped cream, I think did a great job. I gave it an A on that. The paddle, I think it did a great job on the cookies. I think that, it got all the way to the bottom of the bowl. It blended everything adequately. I would have done a little bit better with the scraper paddle. Not sure if the scraper paddle is available on this model, though. That's one issue. I did give it an A. On the dough hook, I gave it a B. I just think it's average. It's not a dough making powerhouse. It gets the job done with 2 loaves of bread, but when you start using bringing in different kind of flours, heavy wheat doughs, I don't know how that's going to do. I gave it a B, and I just think it's average on that. So I have 3 A's and a B on this mixer. And overall, can I say that this is an A mixer? not really. I really liked how the paddle worked. I liked the overall look and feel. I liked the whisk. I just think the place that this one kind of loses my A for it is in the dough. I just wasn't wowed over it. I think it's a solid performer, but I don't know. To me, it's not an A mixer. It's like a B plus, right? So that's what I'm gonna give it. I give the Professional 5 Plus a B plus. If you like this video, please subscribe below, leave me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. You can print all my recipes, you can have a good old time out there, and you can search, you can print, you can flip around, you can do all that fun stuff. Also, you can visit me on my Facebook page at facebook.com/groups/AmyLearnsToCook, and on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook, and on Instagram, I'm at Cooking with Amy. Yeah, go dough, go B plus.
Go Hobart.